Hi folks, it's Björn here, and when Sofi released their last earnings report, the stock went up 24%, which I marked in green, and then down 56%, which I marked in red, due to the Fed increasing interest rates, Russia invading the Ukraine, and in general the market acting crazy. That bears the question, what we can expect for the upcoming Q4 earnings. And as always, I will talk about a bit the last earnings, what are the analyst expectations, and what we can expect when they miss or when they beat them. So the video is quite packed, but I encourage you to watch the whole video in order to get the full picture. And if you like informations like this, then please hit the like button and consider maybe even subscribing for more daily updates and infos. But with that out of the way, let's get started. Sofi set a new quarterly revenue record in Q3 2021, and therefore the stock skyrocketed as the analyst EPS estimated was minus 0.11, but Sofi reported an EPS of minus 0.05, which had a surprise of 55% because they reported $277 million in net revenue, representing 28% year-over-year growth, and exceeded the guidance of 245 million being the lowest and 255 million the highest. Although the company was originally a lending business, Sofi has invested heavily in product development in an effort to build a mobile-first super app. On this app, members can access a multiple of financial services and products, such as trading cryptocurrencies and IPO investing and margin tradings, etc., etc. And another important factor are the growth of the member rate, and as of Q3 2021, Sofi's member base was 2.9 million users and had a total of 4.3 million products were being used by these individuals, implying that on average each member uses more than one product. So total products used on Sofi's platform increased from 3.7 million in Q2 2021 to 4.3 million in Q3 2021, whereas new members increased from 2.6 million in Q2 to 2.9 million by the end of Q3. The fact that Sofi's product growth exceeds its member growth in absolute terms in the third quarter indicated high product satisfaction and a greater willingness to adopt additional products. This also reinforces the value of the company's flywheel business strategy. In fact, Sofi is recognizing higher adoption in financial services and technology products and becoming less reliant on its legacy lending business. So, Sofi's lending business accounted for over 80% of its total revenue in 2020, while financial services and technology products accounted for less than 20%. However, through Q3 2021, lending now comprises roughly 75% of total revenue, while financial services and technology have increased to nearly 1/4 of year-to-date revenue. Sofi also achieved record volume in both personal and home loans, which were up 166% and 26% respectively year over year. And however, student loan volume remained depressed by the extension of the CARES Act moratorium on the federal student loan payments, which hopefully will end next month. So, now that we know why the shares rose 24% after the Q3 earnings and have a pretty good overview of the Q3 report itself, let's come to the upcoming Q4 earnings. What the analysts are expecting, what I expect, and which numbers would be important Sofi needs to beat in order to not crash. Well, we can see that Sofi stated at their Q3 earnings to generate a revenue of $272 million minimum and $282 million maximum. And SEC states that 4 analysts are expecting 272 low and 278 million max. And an estimate of 275.5 million in revenue, which is absolutely in range of Sofi's expectations. So I think Sofi will beat the revenue expectations. But that isn't really the important number, as the most important number is the EPS. And according to Zacks Investment Research, based on 5 analyst forecasts, the consensus EPS forecast for the quarter is minus 0.16. And that, ladies and gentlemen, Sofi needs to beat, plus increase outlook for the whole year 2022. If not, we could see Sofi dropping even more, maybe even below $8 a share. But if they beat, however, which I believe they do, as for if we have a look at the website traffic, which implies basically how many users are on the platform and how much they are using it, means generating revenue, we can see for the unreported period, which is September to end of December, an increase of 20% compared to the last quarter 2021. So now that we know what the analysts are expecting and what number Sofi needs to beat, let's have a look at the analysts' forecast. And here we can see we have 11 ratings with 8 buys, 3 holds and 0 sells, and with an average price target of 18.85, 16.5 being the lowest and $22 being the highest. So you see, over the last couple of months, analysts giving more buy than hold ratings, but were constantly lowering their price target because of all the uncertainty floating around the market, as no one knows what the Fed will do now, as there is war pressuring in the market already, and the market hates one thing the most: not knowing what is going on. So to sum it up, folks, I believe Sofi will beat the revenue expectations and increase their members by a lot, but for the EPS, I'm not sure. But now having the bank charter and actually being a bank and newly acquisitioned Technisys means both will over time and on the long run reduce their expenses, and Sofi will become eventually profitable. I believe so. Plus, Sofi is an absolute growth monster. I will hold on to my shares and will perform DCA, dollar cost averaging, as the fundamentals haven't changed and the market acting crazy does not reflect the value of Sofi. So I hope they beat it and we could see a 10% or so increase, or they miss it and we could see a 20% or more drop like a firm. And a quick reminder for all PaySafe investors, they have their earnings March the 2nd, and prior I will do a pre-earnings video for them as well. But write me in the comments what you think how the earnings will go, as that would be quite interesting for me and for the community. That being said, if you liked the video, please give it a thumbs up so other retail investors like you and me have the chance to see this video as well. And if you are on my channel for the first time, I would be happy if you would subscribe, because I regularly produce new videos and tutorials on the topic of stock analysis, investment and financial products to give you the opportunity to take your finance into your own hands. That being said, if you like the content and you want to support my channel with a few bucks so I can produce even more videos, I will pin the link to my Patreon page in the comments below. That's it for today. Thanks for watching, and as always, stay focused and don't be greedy. See you next time.